So Tony Hawk himself has confirmed that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 were planned, but unfortunately got canned. Yeah, I had to rhyme just for fun. Welcome back, my friends, to another video here on the channel. Today I wanted to talk about Tony Hawk Pro Skater. If a lot of you guys subscribe to my channel from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2 remastered, that whole kind of, slew of content that I produced during that initial release, and I've been trying to think of new creative ways to kind of make some more Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 content. Ironically, actually, really quick, I did make a video in January that I just realized I haven't published yet. It's just been sitting on the back burner, so maybe I'll post that. We're kind of a few months out from that. It's kind of an old recorded video at this point, but anyways, the point is, Tony Hawk confirmed that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 was in the works. So a lot of people, myself included, were thinking, hey, well, if we got 1+2, the logical next step would have been 3 and 4, right? But then what happened is Vicarious Visions got merged into Blizzard, and then there was just no more hope. And Vicarious Visions, I mean, they did phenomenal with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. So we were all hoping, hey, 3 and 4, and then after 3 and 4, I mean, we were kind of going with this whole logical, conclusion, step after step, right? The progress or process or whatever the word I'm looking for is, which would be like, okay, if we get 1 and 2, then we get 3 and 4. What comes after 3 and 4? Thug 1 and Thug 2, right? And then after that, maybe American Wasteland, and then I'm happy. If we get all those remastered, that would have been amazing. But lo and behold, Vicarious Visions got merged, and now there's this whole thing going on with Activision. So basically, what Tony Hawk was explaining, and if you're wondering why he explained this randomly, it wasn't really randomly. Yesterday, there was this whole kind of thing that they were having that you sign up to play against Tony Hawk at THPS 1+2, and if you could beat him, it was a Subway thing. You get like one of the new turkey subs or whatever it was. So I only seen that last minute, so I didn't even know. So by the time I signed up, I think it was a little too late anyways. So there was that. And so they were streaming and whatnot, and Andy THPS, who, from what I understand, is I believe he's the senior. If I'm understanding right, I believe he is the senior designer at Vicarious Visions. Ironically, Neversoft designer for Tony Hawk Pro Skater the game and Guitar Hero. I believe it's him. It was in his stream that they were talking about this. So there's a kind of like a minute clip. Again, this is coming from his stream, so keep that in mind. I do want to play it for you guys, just so you guys can see and hear exactly what's going on, and then we can discuss it a little bit further. So let me throw it up right now.
I wish I could say that we had something in the works, but Vicarious Visions kind of got disbanded, and
true.
Activision's going through all their stuff, so I don't know what's next.
Just a little thing. It's fine.
Yeah, dude. If there's a 3 and 4 or whatever, you know how to reach me.
I mean, that was the plan. Even up until the release date of this, we were going 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And then Vicarious got kind of absorbed, and then they were looking for other developers, and then it was over.
Yeah.
Did Activision just not have faith into us?
They were actually. The truth of it is that they were trying to find someone to do 3 and 4, but they just didn't really trust anyone the way they did Vicarious. So they took other pitches from other studios. Like, what would you do with the THPS title? And they didn't like anything they heard, and then that was it.
So there's a few things to break down in that, right? Number one, he says that first of all, 3 and 4 is actually planned before 1 and 2 even got released, from what it sounds like. So from the gate, from before they even seen the numbers, they were planning 3 and 4 as the next, progression, if you will, right? They were going to release 3 and 4. It was in the works. It was planned. But then Vicarious Visions got merged into Activision, Blizzard, and at that point, Activision was looking for, other kind of potential, developers to take the reins, if you will. And so they were asking, other developers to, I guess, give them a pitch, and they just weren't liking what they were hearing. So because of that, they just kind of, it never went anywhere. Then of course, you know, Tony Hawk also mentions that there's the whole thing going on with Activision right now. There's, I mean, double-sided thing, right? There's kind of like the legal stuff that's been going on with the internal investigations, but there's also the fact that, you know, with Microsoft, you know, Xbox, you know, acquiring Activision, there's that whole thing going on right now too, which is kind of causing some chaos. So it seems as though, you know, again, it was planned from the start. 3 and 4 was gonna be a thing, but then someone in Activision decided, hey, let's throw Vicarious Visions onto, you know, other projects. I think they worked on, was it Diablo? I think it was Diablo 2, right? Remastered. Now, I think I can't remember. I don't know if they're working on Diablo 4 now or what they're working on, but maybe Call of Duty a little bit as well. It's kind of disappointing. It's kind of disappointing because, like, again, whoever made this decision in Activision, you know, they're just looking at it like, you know, well, we're just gonna put all of our kind of resources into the big projects like Call of Duty, for example. Listen, man, I've been a COD fan since the beginning, right? Since the early days, since, you know, COD started to take off. I've been a big fan of COD. Obviously not every single Call of Duty that's released, but I've been a COD player since the start. And it's like, man, dude, like, listen, I get it. It's one of your biggest grossing titles, but sometimes, you know, it's the smaller projects too that will really make fans appreciate your company more as well, right? Because it's not, at the end of the day, like, I get it. It's, you know, you got to make the money, whatever. But at the same time, there's also kind of like your reputation, your image, right, for fans. And Activision has kind of tarnished their image over the past number of years. They don't really have a very favorable image. And so if they were to give love to more things that fans love, even in the context of Call of Duty, for example, in Call of Duty, there's a lot of things fans want and there's a lot of things fans don't want. And it feels like there's a lot that's just been ignored for years in terms of Call of Duty. And then also the fact with these smaller games, it's like, sure, okay, they brought some of them back, but it's kind of like almost like a tease, like a slap in the face where it's like you bring them back and everybody gets super excited, right? Super pumped. And then it's just kind of like, oh, okay, well, there goes that, right? It's just kind of like, okay. Same thing with Toys for Bob. It's like, now there's rumors that they're working on a new Crash, right? They got Crash 4 out. It was like, all right, cool. We got a brand new Crash. But now it's like, is that it? Is it just like we're not going to get any more? Even despite the fact that Crash 4 was hugely successful. What about a new Spyro? They remastered the trilogy, which I'm super grateful for because those games are phenomenal. I love them so much. But again, the question is that it? Because they're not big franchises like Diablo and like Call of Duty. It's just kind of disappointing, right? Tony Hawk Pro Skater. As someone who grew up on the series, I keep saying this over and over again, I love the series, you know, huge fan. I was so stoked. I mean, especially nowadays as a content creator where I was, you know, I create variety content, and to be able to create content on a game that I grew up with, like, probably, honestly, it's probably the only game that I actually think that I'm pretty good at, right? Like I'm solid at other games, right? I could beat a lot of people at other games, but like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I really feel like that's my game that, like, you know, I can beat a lot of people at, you know, it's like my game that I'm good at. We all have like maybe that one game, right? And that's been my game, you know, for the most part. I'm not the best in the world, but you know, I just love the game so much. I spent hours and hours and hours, and like, I don't even know, as a kid. And I was so stoked. Yo, they remastered 1 and 2, and I'm still grateful for that. But now it's like, even now, because Vicarious Visions got, you know, merged, we're not really getting any kind of further support, like patches, updates, or anything like that. We got like one update, one kind of big update where they added some new challenges and things like that. It's still an absolute nightmare to try to get to level 100, which is the last trophy I need for platinum, but I don't feel like repeating the same thing over and over again, personally, for that, you know, level 100, maybe one day. But even in that, we don't even get updates for that. So it's kind of like, man, it's just like everybody was so stoked, and it did pretty well from what I've seen. A lot of people were playing the game. And is it doing Call of Duty numbers? Probably not. But so I don't know. I kind of wanted to just discuss this. I mean, especially because a lot of you guys know how big. First of all, I was a skateboarding fan. I am. I love EA Skate. I love Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Back in the day, I played Thrasher on PS1. You know, Skater Destroy. That was kind of like my first skate game before Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 dropped. It's just one of those. I played that other game too. I don't know if you guys ever played. I think it was called 3 Extreme. There's like BMXing, rollerblading, and skateboarding, and you go bomb downhill or whatever. It was good times. But the point is, I thought, hey man, like we got Tony Hawk Pro Skater back. Now they're announcing, you know, a new skate game. Like this is, you know, skateboarding games are making a comeback. And now, you know, Tony Hawk Pro Skater is just like this, right? And listen, I get it. We got other games like Skater XL and Session, but those aren't really my jam. You know what I mean? Like I like more of like the sim, like the kind of arcadey sim, right? And the full blown sim. So like Tony Hawk Pro Skater is more, or sorry, the full blown arcadey. So to me, Tony Hawk Pro Skater is more like full arcade style game, and then EA Skate is kind of like a mixture of like an arcadey simulator. And in Session and Skater XL, they have a place, but they're more of like a super realistic simulator, which, you know, I like still an arcadey element. So, and again, it's kind of like Call of Duty and Battlefield, right? There's a place for both in the industry, and they're two different games with two different experiences. And sure, I'm really excited for EA Skate. I can't wait for the return of it. But the fact of the matter is that now, you know, I would like also Tony Hawk Pro Skater alongside it. Excuse me, kind of like inwardly burped or something. So it's a little unfortunate, but what can you do? So I don't know. I want to kind of rant about that real quick, talk about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Here's one thing. I'll leave it at this, okay? I don't think all hope is lost. I know right now, all hope is lost currently. I think that Phil Spencer, I know I'm putting a lot of faith in Phil Spencer, and so this could really fall flat on his face, but I think Phil Spencer really isn't more in touch with the gamers and the community than Activision, the people in charge at Activision are. So I think once the acquisition goes through with Xbox and Activision, I think Phil Spencer, knowing that these smaller games have a place in a lot of gamers' hearts, I think he's going to make some moves to, you know, somehow make this work, right? So maybe he's gonna again take the Vicarious Visions team and put them back on games like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, right? And take the Toys for Bob team and put them back on games like Crash and Spyro. I'm really hopeful that he's gonna do that. They're gonna have more resources, right? Once they like Activision's got more resources once they're acquired by Xbox, Microsoft. So I think that if there's anything missing in terms of Call of Duty and Diablo, they could find other people to put onto those projects while keeping those teams for the smaller games, which are still really important to a lot of gamers. So I still have hope that we will get 3 and 4 and maybe eventually, you know, Thug 1 and 2 in American Wasteland. But I think that the hope rests in Phil Spencer, you know, with this acquisition going through, and that he's going to make the right moves. I really hope that he will. So far, as head of Xbox, I think he's made all the right moves, so I'm pretty confident in that, but it's still kind of like a toss-up. So I guess time will tell. Let me know your thoughts. Stick around for more. Be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed this one, subscribe for more, and until the next one, my friends, game on, and thanks for watching, and hopefully we get some more Tony Hawk Pro Skater games in the future.